All right. Any questions, any feedbacks? Is this something you could use or it's,
Yeah, well, I mean, I have a question. I think it's a great way, as you said, that can offset the vega and theta risk. I didn't thought it before. What I did for the vertical spread is I put it basically far away. I have a one price, I guess it could reach, and the other price is even further. I think it couldn't reach, and then I just sold the spread or buy the spread at that place and hope it maximum hit one side. But I don't know what would be these two things comparing to each other. Do you recommend?
no,
Uh,
actually, no, that's it. See, it's all about probabilities, Sean. So what happened with this was just an idea that it's a kind of a subset of vertical spread. Sometimes we go way out of money because your whole idea is you want to make sure your out of money is not achievable. It's like eight, and I've used, if you recall some of my rules, I use the 1% rule. I really like the idea of like this about liquidity. You don't really want to pay more than what you should. So what the idea is, sometimes I buy out of money and I go sell farther out of the money. There's many ways you can play vertical spreads. So this was just a subset. The reason for this is more predictable, because what happens, Sean, that's the reason I want to emphasize that the square root that we will apply it in the future for like calendar spreads. With calendar spreads, let's say if you sold the near month and you bought the farther month, so your theta decay is actually faster for your near month, which you really like that. So you're not suffering. The stock is similar. The volatility of it's not, too Vega is not too much, but just the theta play with everything staying the same, what happens, you that 2 month, let's say, the 2 month option, that month decay from 141, when it comes to the 1 month, it becomes $1. So you only lost 40 cents on that one. But the one that you had the 1 month, you lost the whole dollar. So that you gained that dollar. So you basically made 60 cents without doing anything. And these are the things about understanding the theta, understanding how the foundation works. And that's what again, I want to emphasize. It's not like, there's only one way. But once you understand this, you can put your ideas together and do anything you want. But make sure that there is, again, there are fundamental reasons why these pricings happen. And this is one of the reasons. I think the problem with a lot of option buyers are they just throwing dart, they positive about the stock and they just go and buy the call options thinking that, oh, I'm going to make money. And then the stock moves up and they're not making anything and they wonder what happened. So, but no, you're not doing anything wrong, Sean. This was just more of a predictable mathematical way of one-to-one risk. That was it. Sometimes you can go 1 to 2.5 with the way you work with on your vertical. This was just, I thought it's a easy way, again, subset of actual vertical spreads to understand, to minimize your risk, but also, again, you basically, your profit is basically 1-to-1. It's not like 2-to-1, 4-to-1. I just showed an example. I've had a lot of times, I've had a 3-to-1 reward to risk. This one was 1-to-1. So but it's more predictable, right? So that's the subset. But you're not doing anything wrong, Sean.
I
That's,
see. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Thank you.
right. So, okay. Any other questions? Any comments? Was it helpful?
Hey, Ramin,
Hi,
Ida, how
Ida.
are you guys? I just have a comment regarding your rule. I noticed you said on your vertical, it's always you prefer moving them together. So if you're going to be changing it or fixing it, it's always a pair. Have you done selling the long, closing the long position, and then in a way uh, being a naked put situation? When do you apply that?
Yes, so that's really have to do. So basically, the good thing about verticals are, it's the discipline, and it's a kind of a known fact, right? You can, again, you have to be very comfortable and read the market well. So I've done it. I've gotten out of my, let's say I saw, boy, that the call side and the buy side is really going to my direction. And again, whatever tools that I use, so I have gotten, and I've been lucky, so it has worked out, but it is possible. I've seen a lot of, professionals, they do that. So yes, it is definitely is more of a little more risk. Obviously, it kind of negates what verticals are supposed to be, but
Right.
then you have a feel, right? So you kind of get the feel and thinking, all right, I've already collected enough premium, and I'm happy to get rid of that to just go all out and just. So yes, you can do it. I do not recommend, for instance, with our group, if haven't done many trades, it becomes risque because things can go complete opposite, and all of a sudden, when you had that, the little insurance that you had, it goes against you. So you lose in both ways. One more thing, say that the other way would be, let's say, if you did have a call options and it's not working your way, you can repair that and start maybe selling against it. That would be one way of building a vertical after you just went directional with just a call option or put option, whatever. You can actually repair it that way. But most of the time, the other way, you just want to be more cautious in the sense that you really want to be in command. So yeah.
Another to add to that, I noticed you also said you don't like rolling, and for some reason, the only thing I know how to do for now is to roll something out. Like for example, if I already sold my long part of the spread, and I'm okay to own that stock at that price, for example.
Mm-hmm.
I notice I feel like, oh, I'm not ready to own it yet. So I roll it out to give me more time and collect more premium. Is that okay approach?
Yes. So basically, no, that's basically you becoming again, you're the landlord and you just like to renew leases, right? So that's okay. I mean, again, a lot of professionals do that. You just have to know why you're doing that. I'm not a big roller, I like to have, as I said, the finality, but
Yeah.
there are people, no, I mean, it's nothing wrong, especially with such a low commissions and everything. You can do that, sure. No, there's nothing wrong with that. As long as you know the reason and why you're doing it,
Okay.
yes, we do that, we do that in futures, for instance, you can do that. But again, it's my personality, talking about trading psychology last week.
Yeah.
It's like, I just like things, closures. So, but there's nothing wrong with that either. So,
All right. Thank you.
you're welcome. Good questions. Any other questions?
Romina, I just have a very basic question. Level options trading account do you need to have to do spreads?
I'm sorry, I didn't get, what was the first part?
Well, there are different levels of options trading accounts.
Correct.
What level do you need to have to do spreads like this?
Good question. So obviously the first level is the covered call, and then second is allowing you to do buy the calls, naked calls. The third level, this is where the verticals come and actually allows you to do that. So depending on the broker, just you can talk to them and they will. Level 4 is the most difficult one. That's when you do the naked selling, and they definitely want a lot of margins. So with naked selling, then you don't need, to have, protected, like when you do put, you don't have to have all the capital. All you need is like 20% margin. So they they push you back a little bit on the level 4. But level 3 will be the verticals and other things. So, yeah. Okay. All right. I think you're on time. I know Sean has to go. So
Thank you so much.
thank you so much for attending. Oh, by the way, before Sean, we can stop. I just asked,
Okay.
are here, 4 of you are here.